ripple effect of love for dads and families. Today, in episode 101, teaching your kids ways to handle stress. We all know that in 2025, stress is one of the top issues in everybody's life, or most people anyway. So, I'm Christine Bernard, stress management coach. If you want to know more about me, here's the QR code. And without further ado, let me get started. So, kids don't learn stress management from books, do they? They learn it from you. Yes, from you, the parent. If you don't handle stress and are calm, collected, centered, neither will they. So let's talk about how you can teach them by example. Hmm. So, why stress resilience starts with you and emotional intelligence, right? Because it goes hand in hand. So, let me ask you, can you remember a teacher you felt, yeah, can you remember a teacher that you felt was not competent? I can. They didn't know their subject matter, and often they made mistakes while teaching, and then they'd have to start up again the next day with the right way of doing it. Well, I remember one teacher my son had. It was in high school, and they had a written assignment to do. And my son didn't care about French at that point, and he decided that he would just write anything. I mean, it barely would have passed for a grade 5 French written assignment. And he got like a really good mark. And his buddies, he had a couple buddies that were really good in French. And they were like, that's not fair. How could you do that? So my son, being someone who loves justice, decided to go see the principal with his mark and brought his assignment, brought his friends with him with their assignments so that the principal could take a peek and see what was going on there. Very interesting, isn't it? Well, I was so proud of my son for doing something like that because he kept complaining about this teacher, and this teacher kept calling me complaining about him. But in the end, he had proof, and he went to the authorities, in the school to have a change, to make change so that this teacher did not stay in the school and so that they could get a higher quality education, right? So I was so proud of him. So when I say that stress resilience starts with you, that's what I mean. If you are expecting the rest of the world to teach your children to self regulate, to develop their stress resiliency, isn't it the same thing in a way? You do not want to be that incompetent teacher. So, dads and families, it's time to really take a deep breath and say, hey, what is it that I really want for my children? And sometimes we need this wake up call. So today's kind of a wake up call day. And I hope it really like shakes you a little bit, but not too much that you're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? No, 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 no. That's not what the intent is here. The intent is for me to support you so that you can learn, or you can have a dad blueprint, right? For stress resiliency. Wouldn't that be cool? So what would that look like to have a dad blueprint? Well, in my opinion, a dad blueprint to stay calm, right? And to be able to teach your children self resiliency. So, um, first of all, you want to take responsibility, right? To handle your stress in a safe way. Is it safe for you to explode when somebody spills water, leaves the bike in the driveway, and you're backing up in a rush and you crush the bike? Whatever it may be, are you taking responsibility to stay calm, centered, grounded, no matter what the chaotic situation is? Are you expecting your spouse to do it, or another family member, or maybe the school system can do it, or the daycare system? In my opinion, that is not taking responsibility for your stress resiliency. So, number 2 would be to, once you've taken responsibility, would be to implement stress management strategies for yourself in all aspects of your life. Do you need to learn new things? Do you need to get a professional to help you? What is it that you need so that you can be in well, I can say this, implementing your own stress management strategies. The same strategy will not work for everyone. I talked about the 3-second tip or trick or tip last earlier this week or last week, you know, and is that good enough for you? Or do you need more? What is it that you need? Do you need someone to say, hey, I noticed this when you did this? And, what is it that you need? You are in charge of your life. You get to choose how you want to manage your stress and implement those stress management strategies. But for you first, it needs to be for you. This is what I call self love. When you take responsibility this way, you are showing yourself some self love. So kudos to you. Step number 3, notice your mini improvements. Our brain needs dopamine. And if you were able to snap and breathe and be a little bit calmer, kudos to you. And it's simple little things. Don't say, oh, once I'm not angry anymore, I'll celebrate. Your brain's not getting that dopamine it needs to be able to say, hey, I'm going to try and help you find um, to implement easier the strategies. Number 4, use your stress management strategies in front of your children and spouse or partner. Mm. Yeah, sometimes we're a little bit shy, especially with something like snap, tap, relax the shoulders, and zap, because our loved ones may say, what are you doing? So there are ways, to bring this to your family. There are ways to say, okay, I've started some stress management techniques and I need your support. I really need you to, and I want you to notice my improvements. It could be just that. Did you see an improvement? And if it's just breathing, well, you can do it on your own. But number 5, this brings us really into number 5, where you become a team with your spouse, with your partner, with your children, so that you have support, so that you can give each other support, and so that you can celebrate your successes daily, or even better, on the spot, right there and then. What better way to have a child snap, tap, zap, and say, okay, dad, I'm angry right now, but I'm self regulating, or I'm doing snap, tap, zap. And you can just join in with him. So you need to talk. When you take the time to talk about how this can be implemented in a most powerful way, it works. Um, I have a dad who has been doing this and is being recognized by his school, and so are his children for being calm, kind, respectful because they stay calm now. Isn't that beautiful? You can be that dad as well. So, kudos to you for being here. I'm so proud that you're showing up and taking care of yourself. Now, my next tip, of course, is the snap, tap, zap. It is my way. Well, it is one of my important ways to self regulate. I was using it earlier. I don't know why I was anxious. I just started being anxious, like kind of like, what's going on? I'm just enjoying my meal. I'm looking out at the lake. Everything is nice. Why am I feeling like this? So I'm like, okay, what are these thoughts? There's obviously thoughts popping in. There's something. Or it could have been energy, and I didn't think of it then because I pick up energy as a highly sensitive person and sometimes don't know why all of a sudden I have this anxiety. Maybe it wasn't mine. I forgot to tune in. But if you want to learn how to do that, you can book a call with me. But I did and then I did around the ears and let those thoughts go so that I could just be very calm, centered, and grounded. And it felt really good. And then I was okay and I enjoyed my meal. And it's simple because it only takes 9 seconds to do one round. So I have developed 4 different programs to help support any age. The first one is called How to Become the Superhero of Your Emotions. This one is geared for the 3 to 10-year-olds. Um, if you have children who have different challenges, might be able to go to 12 or 13. If they like 2D video animation, it's a 12-day challenge. You can just do it in a loop. It comes with a workbook and it's really cool. The other program that I've created with a high school student so that it would be most powerful is how to overcome homework stress and refusal. Do you have children who are refusing to do their homework, not seeing the importance of it, or just refusing because, I don't know, you said no to something. So they're saying no to something that's important in your perspective, right? It also comes with a workbook that was created in conjunction with this high school student. So I'm excited about that program. And of course, I have the Snap Tap Zap for All. It's 7 recorded videos that shows you in depth all the steps to the Snap Tap Zap, plus many more bonuses in there so that you can do it with your children, your younger children. It is not necessarily meant for younger children. And of course, there's the ripple effect of love for dads and families, right? I would love to know. So, any of those, you can book a discovery call or you can email me or DM me and wherever it is that you find this in YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn. There we go. So, today I'd like to know, dads, what's one way you teach your kids how to handle challenges, right? I would love to hear what you are doing. It might give us more insight. Maybe there's another dad that would prefer your way of doing it. So let's support other dads and put that in. So if you want to raise stress resilient kids, let's work on it together. It is possible too, and it is imperative. Some people sometimes say, oh, my child is so anxious and they're only 4 or 5. I would say, let's take a deep breath. You can tap at the same time to calm that survival mode down. and I'd say, which parent, or sometimes it can be a grandparent if grandparents are, or caregivers if they're spending a lot of time with your child, is anxious? Yes. Which one is most anxious? And I would start there. However, taking responsibility means you start with you. Sometimes we don't realize how much anxiety we have as well. If we start with us, our spouse, partner, children are way more willing to join in with us, especially when they start seeing the results. So, on that note, I wish you all the best and take care of yourself. I believe in you. I know you can do it because there are dads that are able to do this, that have been following and implementing, and you can too. So take great care of yourself, and I will see you tomorrow for episode